Cancer, from what I can tell, you are still going through it. Seven of Swords and the Hierophant. This is an important wake-up call, a very important decision. This is where you define and decide who you're going to be for the rest of your life. Are you going to continue to live in lies, be a liar, wrap yourself around lies and deceit, hang around with liars? Or are you going to have some kind of morals and integrity moving forward? It's your choice, it's your life, and this is just the pre-shuffle. Let's dive in a little bit more, shall we? King of Swords, straight away, flying out. And the Nine of Cups. Wow, this is interesting. And the King of Wands. So I'm looking at a situation where you need to decide what you are going to move on from, what are you going to leave behind, and what are you going to take with you when you start establishing this new life, this new way of being. Because whatever's gone on for you, it hasn't been fantastic and it hasn't been great, and your morals need to be looked at. Because the truth of the matter is, Seven of Swords with the Nine of Cups talks to me, or I want to say talks to you, about the fact that there is this wish fulfillment you have, this epitome of life, this wildest dream in your mind, but there's lies wrapped in that. We're going to look at that a little bit more. The Seven of Swords and the Nine of Cups, we're going to dive in. What is this wish and why are there lies attached to it? Suggesting you're not seeing something clearly. But then there is this moral energy. Moral high horse, moral high ground, moral justification, integrity, righteousness, the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do. Because with the Hierophant and the King of Wands, we are outrightly looking at something that looks amazing on the surface, but is it truly what it appears to be on the inside? Not only that, King of Swords with the Six of Swords, either way, you are moving away from being a colder, harsher, more isolated individual who doesn't open up and deal with the heavier sides of life. I guess emotionally, there's a whole repertoire, I want to say, a whole scope of selfhood and identity. And from what I can tell, you only look at a certain scope that is easy for you to view. You're being asked to look in the rear view or the side mirrors. You're being asked to use a perspective that you don't often use, and that is taking you out of this resting place where you're comfortable. In 2020 and 2021, my favourite phrase was, a comfort zone is a dirty place. Which is true. I stand by that to this day. Some people get so comfortable in their own dirt that they never evolve. They never move beyond. You know, people's houses and you go into it and they've got, you can see it's a really, really lived in, yeah? That person is incredibly comfortable in that home. You can see how that person is living in that environment, which is nice. Homes are meant to be homely. But there's a difference between a dirty comfort zone and a not so dirty comfort zone, right? A place that is refreshed and clean and repeatedly upkept. Shows someone's active and busy and moving and the furniture's moving around and this is in this place and this is clean. It looks like no one's ever been in here. That means, you know, this person isn't too comfortable in this space. They haven't let go and lounged in this place for weeks and weeks on end, eating ice cream on the sofa. Yeah? Sitting there watching soap operas all day. It's different vibes, right? Because things are getting done. You can't stay in this space all day and binge watch Netflix because we have things to do, right? And that's the difference between success. Yeah, there are windows of time where we need to surrender and let go. I'm busy most of the time. This is the example. I'm busy most of the time. So the environment is clean and probably unused. I've not sat on that chair. I haven't been over there to that sofa. I've been in the desk. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. And the time where I'm crashing out from exhaustion and I have to crash and just take a week off, take a few days off to surrender, and I'm chilling in my space, I look around and I'm like, my God, I never do this. How weird. I've got a plate over here that I haven't moved. I've got my blanket out on the sofa that I don't normally have. And I look around and I'm like, oh, I don't even feel comfortable in it. Because I'm like, oh my God, I'm one of those people that's lounging. Oh my God, I've actually lounged for 3 days. Clean up, back to work, let's go. Which is not also healthy on the flip side, because you need a balance of both. And you need to not begrudge yourself for having those comfortable windows of time where you do sit down and eat ice cream and binge watch TV. I mean, there are the other sides of life. Maybe that's not the best example, but that is a metaphor for letting yourself go a little bit, right? So it's about the difference between being really, really uptight and rigid versus really, really letting go and being free, right? And where your wish lies within that, and what your morals suggest that is for you, and how you slowly keep moving forward towards that emotional fulfillment that you want. Because you're missing out on emotional fulfillment, from what I can tell, because you're not looking at the heavier sides of self. Yeah. 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, 4 of Swords, 7 of Cups, the Moon, and the 2 of Swords. You've got to make a really, really important decision about what you're in on and what you're out on. I'm in, I'm out. And who is in and out with you, right? Who's coming with you and who isn't, yeah? Who are you ghosting? Who are you blocking? Who are you not talking again? Who are you talking to again? Who are you dissociating from? Who makes you feel safe? Who completes the conversation? And who needs to just kind of be wiped out? Harsh to say it in that way, but when I say wipe out, I'm thinking about that show where not everyone's going to make it through the obstacle course. Is it called Wipeout? Total Wipeout, where you've got to jump over the balls, you've got to go through the obstacle course. You've made it through the obstacle course, or furthermore, you made the obstacle course itself. And now it's a situation of you've got to be able to move through that. How are you going to get through that obstacle course? Again and again, and innovate it again and again with the people that you do have. You're working incredibly hard. That's the situation here. 8 of Pentacles, High Priestess. 9 of Wands. So you need to take a risk and make sure you know who can come to the next leg of the race, basically. Who are you taking with you? What is your wish fulfillment? What does it look like? Because this reading's gone in 2 directions. It's skewed for me. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Sun. But what I want to say to sum up this situation is we started off with you being confused about what your true wish and fulfillment is. So other people are involved, other people are giving their opinions. Either way, your emotions have been suppressed in pursuit of this truth. And how you show up on the surface isn't always truly aligned to how you feel internally, and there is some question around your morals and integrity and how you want to move forward. But you do want to be the stronger side of self, but you still want to make space for your emotions and have a healthier balance between your emotional side and your intellectual, powerful side, the creative brain, the logic brain, the love and light, the mind, body and soul, the encompassing whole of you needs to be discovered, right? 4 of Swords with that, 7 of Cups with that, and the Devil's out here too with the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles and the Moon and the 2 of Swords. There's really important decisions that are going to come from you knowing who you are and what you want. Maybe that's why you've held off on the emotional sentiment of a conversation, because the truth of the matter is, when you really do dive into that side of self, you know who you are and you know what you want, and then you've got to look at your life and decide, does it or does it not mirror that? And then from that you go, right, okay, time to move on. Because you're coming out with the 4 of Pentacles. I'm going to hold on to these. These are my assets. I'm going to let go of these. I'm going to surrender to the need to even hold this. And then I'm going to apologize, give thanks, praise the Lord, align to what I really now believe in and what I've discovered. And then I'm off. Sun card and the Chariot. I'm off to the true destined path. I'm off on the true destined path. I'm heading off to where I truly want to be in life. I'm at 1. Yeah, I know who I am. Everyone around me is a mirror and a reflection of that. I'm ascending in peace. I am happy and prosperous. Because the lies that are keeping you up, something's keeping you up at night. As I'm packing up the cards, the 9 of Swords flying out with the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands and the 9. When you're on your own, you heal. You need a little window of time on your own is the point. When you're on your own, you heal because you see you clearly. Then you come back with everyone else and you get a little confused because everyone's got things to say. That traps you in fear because you don't want to let anyone else down and you want to give to everyone else. But the truth of the matter is, Ace of Pentacles, Hermit, Emperor, 8 of Swords, 4 of Wands, you have the light. You have the right path, the righteousness, the drive, the desire, the determination. Your wish fulfillment isn't dependent on anyone else but you. So stop making everyone else part of that fulfillment, because then they make you comfortable in a space you're not even meant to be in. So not only is there a situation here where you're uncomfortable, but in a comfortable space that doesn't belong to you, but you just go to it for the sake of it, but you're also getting more comfortable with the morals and integrities of the energy of that ecosystem or that vibration. And then when you leave and you go, you worry about this because something inside of you goes, this ain't quite right for me. But you still keep going to that ecosystem, or I want to say delivering a speech, delivering a sermon, being a key player, being an advocate, being a lover, right? Being a preacher, being a pastor. It's kind of that energy. You're an advocate for something important. And you're acting like you've wished for this and you really want this, but you don't. Because when you are really alone, just with you and your assets and when I'm talking assets, I'm talking about your internal self, your mental health, your energy, your chi. When you're around other people, right, they suck onto your energy and vibration. Your energy is not only your energy now, it's mixed and mingling with others. So only when you leave, cleanse, have a shower, sit down, have a moment where no one else is around but you, that's when you're back to one, you, 0, 1, the standard protocol of self. When you return to that vibration, everything is clean, clear, and under control. That's when you're in your highest power. That's where you have genuine pursuit of your truth, your destiny, your this is the way moment. But it's when you mingle and mix with everyone else that you get skewed. So it suggests you're quite empathic. It can suggest that you can also be easily controlled if you're in a lower vibration, and if you're not conscious enough of what you're giving off as a power player, and you're giving someone else the keys or the power, because they will drive you around and manipulate you based off your desire to merge and kindle with them. This also talks a lot about co-mingling. Third time I've heard co-mingling in my head since I've done this reading. I'm looking at the 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. I want you to understand the ideologies of co-mingling energies in an unhealthy way. Because you get, this is harsh as well, you get groomed into a group. You get groomed into a conversation. You get groomed into a context of behavior or habit or desire, or you're getting groomed into a wish that isn't your wish. But I don't think you realise that, because you're not even spending enough time in your own energy to understand what you want versus what you've had to succumb to over the last 3 months, 3 weeks, 10 days, 10 years, if this is a relationship that you've been in a marriage. 3 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. You need to really remember the last time you was at peace, truly happy, and when the last time you had that big financial win was, and when the last time you felt you had a partner by your side that you could really rely on, that helped you cut through the bullshit and really see where you were going in life, when you were free from burdens and confusion about self and other. Go back to that moment, understand where you were, what you were creating, what you were designing, and that's going to be the key to the next step you take. That's going to help you close out these cycles with these people that are in your life that are kind of, I want to say coercing you, but this is all low level. This is not even crime, even when I say commingling. It's all lower levels of energy. Energy coercion, energy commingling, and what that means, we're talking about yin and yang. We're talking about someone else's morals and integrity eating away at yours, overtaking yours. Someone is overshadowing you, so your light is now underneath their shadow, and their shadow is not the highest vibration at all. And the only way that this is a confirmation for you is if you know that your energy hasn't been the greatest. What you've been receiving back in kind, financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, hasn't been the greatest because of this. And that's how you'll know, yeah, there's something in my energy, there's someone in my energy. I'm co-mingling energies to the point where I'm losing myself in this vibration. And that's where you pause and pull away. And that's where you take a few days to eat ice cream. I mean, This is my approach, and I'm an overweight person who loves to binge eat and watch TV shows. So whatever that is for you, whatever that surrender is to that side of you that you still haven't quite given up yet, that's quite naughty, and you don't really do it a lot because you feel like you're unproductive in that moment. Dive into that window of time. If you haven't got all the time in the world, then 3 hours of whatever the most unproductive but surrender of, oh, I remember I used to do this and this used to just be it for me. Go back there for a minute, for a moment to recalibrate the psyche. Maybe go and listen to 010101, featured on the homepage as one of the quick healing reboots. And then just surrender to it, right? Because I'm telling you now, when I'm overworked and I've done too many readings, or I'm overworked and I've done too much formula, all I can do is go, fuck it, stop, binge watch horror shows, binge watch Vampire Diaries, binge watch some kind of show that I love, and just sit here and eat chocolate fudge brownie ice cream with my duvet, and that's it. Simple as that. And then I'll get up and I'll move again and I'll be recharged because I surrendered to the element that needed to see me just for a moment of time, just to know that that part of me still is in there. That could be the inner child. That could be the habit you couldn't break. That's the old me from probably when I was about 16 years old until I was about 27, to be honest. But that's still in me, right? So go-tos, the things that you go to eat as well, comfort. When I'm stressed and I'm triggered, sometimes I'm like, fuck it, I need a Big Mac meal. Sometimes I need a cheese sandwich. They're both my trauma foods, but I love them very much. They make me feel better. Still go back to it, and when I eat it, I know what's going on. Oh, we're having trauma meal today, but that means some part of me, my inner child, some part of my psyche, some part of me needs to experience that memory, to experience that vibration again. It just grounds me. It gives me a reboot. It gives me you're respawning. This is the best way to look at it. You need to find a place to respawn, a stable space in your life over and over again to be able to respawn. Because whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, it takes you to a higher vibration, a different dimension, and you die out. You haven't got a stable respawn in your reality. That's all I should have said at the beginning. We would have left. Now we're done. Lock in a new stable respawn for you, and then you can always go back to that respawn moment to reboost and start again.